Good morning. Today on Spotlight, a conversation with Osama Sablani, publisher of the Arab American News in Dearborn. What are his thoughts about the issues facing Michigan's Arab and Muslim Americans in this important election year? And later on our Sunday morning program, find out how DTE is partnering with the Engineering Society of Detroit to improve the workforce gap for students interested in a STEM-related career. Meet Amara and Cedric Small, Fernae Smith, and Robert McGee. It's Sunday, September the 22nd. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Osama Sablani, no stranger to this program, one of my guests today on Spotlight. Good seeing you. You're doing well?
Thank you very much for having me.
It's always good sitting down with you. Big election year from the top of the ticket, the presidential race, all the way down the ballot to local races. Michigan, swing state, certainly being talked about a lot, and the Arab American and Muslim community of this state is being watched very closely and being talked about a lot. You've got to be feeling it.
Well, yes, I have. And we've been listening to candidates and talking to their representatives. And when Biden was running, we were talking to his team. And when he stepped aside, we've been talking to Vice President Harris teams. I met with the campaign manager, Julie Chavez Rodriguez, a couple of times. Once when she was the manager for the campaign for Biden, and another time when she took over the campaign of Harris.
Right.
And we also met.
You got some criticism for that, for just meeting with it.
It's okay. Yeah. And also we met with the Trump team too. Mm-hmm. And we've been listening. We're talking to Jill Stein also from the Green Party, and the community leaders are talking about and listening, and we're going to have meetings very soon for the leadership to decide which way to go. It's a very tough situation that we're in because our community is very, very angry and upset about what's going on in Gaza and now in Lebanon in light of what has been happening lately. We wanted the war to stop. We wanted to help people recover and regain their lives. And I think that our country can play a role in making this happen. And that's what we are addressing now. We have also other issues that we're concerned about, like all Americans. We're very concerned about the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, and the water that we drink, the infrastructure, healthcare, and education, and you name it. Mm-hmm. All these issues are on the top of our mind. And also we have our own issues as Arabs and Muslims in America, where we are being harassed at the airports and the borders every time we enter or exit the United States.
So what you're saying is that even though it's sometimes portrayed in the media, right or wrong, that there's one issue and only one issue in the Middle East that Muslims and Arab Americans are concerned about, that's not true. It's an important issue.
It is
without a doubt, but they're as diverse as any other ethnic community and are swayed by all sorts of issues that affect their quality of life.
Of course. When you see people are dying and suffering like the people in Gaza and in Lebanon and other places in the West Bank, of course, you have to put it on the top of your priorities. But of course, there are other issues, important issues, that we share with the rest of the Americans, how our country is divided. And it's scary, the division in our country. So, infrastructure is crumbling. The country is just not doing well at all. And healthcare, and it's very expensive. And also education is not really, should be the way it should be. It is not working right. And we know that.
And all these issues are going to sway into how people vote when they go to the polls, or maybe not vote.
Right. But Gaza is important because this is how it is reflected on our community and in the country that we live in. America is a great country, and it's playing a great role. But the role that it's playing is not that great.
Okay, hang on one second. I don't want to detour from that topic. I just want to get to a quick little break. We'll come back and we'll pick up on that.
Thank you.
With Osama Sablani right after this. Sablani, publisher of the Arab American News, which started way back in 1984.
Correct.
Time
September
has been
7th.
flying by, September 7th.
Right.
Let me read you something that you recently said, and then to get you back into what you were talking about before we went to the break. A large number of Arab Americans and Muslims voted uncommitted in the February primary election. And you said at that time, Arab Americans would not vote for Biden even if he stood on his head, let alone if he can't stand on his own feet. And then you said more recently, you said, we must wait and not reveal our electoral choice while continuing to make demands that the Arab American community votes and how they take it. So is that part of the strategy now, that to reveal too soon may work against the Arab American community, and that it's important to leave some doubt out there with all the candidates to say, until you meet some of the demands and really hear our voice, then we're not going to reveal too early who we may be leaning towards?
There are tough choices to be made, and the community is in discussion. However, what we need to see is we need to see some leadership in America. America is the greatest country, is the country that can really affect a change, and they need to be an honest broker and a solution makers, not a troublemakers. And I think that this is what we're expecting from our leadership as far as Gaza and the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. I think we are waiting for a direct and open meeting with the candidates, with Kamala Harris and with Mr. Trump. And if we have these meetings, we do not want them in hiding. We want them up front. We want them open. We want to talk about issues, and we want to be able to tell our community what we have achieved. The thing is that we cannot go to our community and say, as leaders in the community, this is what our choice is, without giving them a roadmap of what we're doing in here in order to affect a change. So speeches from the podium is not going to make it. We're going to need to have a real discussion around the table with the leadership and reach a solution that is acceptable to the Israelis and the Palestinians. And the only country can do that is America, but it's not doing its work.
Mr. Sablani, do you feel as though the Palestinian community is starting to win the public relations war?
I think the public relation war has already been declared winning. You know, they won it. I mean, all over the world, there is an outrage about what's happening in Gaza. It's really a genocide that's being committed there. And in the United States, even on the public level, there is a change. And what you see at the universities, campuses, is an example. These are the future leaders of America. 10, 20 years from now, they will be sitting in the Senate and in the White House and in other areas where they can make decisions. These are the futures of America. And I believe that what's happening at the university is very important. And what's happening at U of M is very disappointing, by the way. You know, I love Dana. She's a friend of mine. I supported her, but I don't think that she's making a right decision in her.
You're talking about Attorney General Dana Nessel.
Yes, Dana Nessel, and the charges of the 11 students. We should really encourage people at the universities to think and to get out of the box, and to be free to exercise their freedom of speech, not to oppress them and suppress them and take them to courts.
Quick final question. Unfortunately, time is always our worst enemy. Do you and many in the Arab American Muslim community feel as though we are getting close to some sort of ceasefire?
I don't think so. I really don't. If you look at what happened in Lebanon recently, it doesn't show that we're heading in this way. We have a person, that Netanyahu, who is really leading a policy of killing and assassination and aggravation and more killing. And it seems like no one is able to suppress his appetite for killing.
So you're not optimistic that anything will happen before the November 5th election, and maybe not until we get the new president, whoever that turns out to be? Might we not get
I am hoping that after
of
even we get a
resolution?
president, we can do something. I'm not really sure that we're able to do that. The way that we see things right now, we see that the United States is losing control over what's happening in the Middle East. And now the person in control of what's happening in the Middle East, unfortunately, is Netanyahu, and he is doing very much damage to America and to the world.
Osama Sablani, appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a second. We'll turn our attention to some things that the Detroit Engineering Society is doing with our young people. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you.
Mr. McGee, I'm going to start with you. You're executive director of the Engineering Society of Detroit, and you create this partnership with DTE and Ms. Smith over there. How did this all come about?
I came aboard as the new executive director in August of 2014. My background, of course, was corporate. I retired as a vice president from AT&T. On my board was Steve Kermes, who was the COO for DTE at that time. So I had a personal meeting with him as I was meeting all of my board members as a new executive director. And Steve talked about the things that DTE had done with ESD and some new lanes we could explore. And so when I got ready to launch this program in 2017, I thought about DTE being one of my main partners, and I approached them, and they gladly agreed to do that.
Okay.
That's how we got connected.
Very good. Ms. Smith, you're a DTE engineer, but you're also involved in this program.
Yeah.
What's the goal of the program?
So thank you for having me. The goal of the program is really to diversify our engineering fields, to give them, the opportunity to see engineering at play. In Michigan, oftentimes we think about engineering as cars, right? Because we have the automotives here.
Absolutely.
But us being a partner, DTE, it's really about giving them exposure to more than that and showing them how they can have a bright future with DTE.
Good. And you all take young boys and girls coming out of the 5th grade, entering the 6th grade, and you stay with them up through high school?
That is correct. And this year was the first year that we launched our Boys in Engineering Academy in partnership with the University of Michigan.
Okay.
The Girls in Engineering Academy was launched in 2017.
And now you're seeing them as high school seniors about to go into college and college ready, because that's part of the program, is to give them exposure to, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but to also ensure that they're college ready.
Absolutely. Well, that's a nice shift to Amara Small over there. You're a University of Michigan freshman, but you're a graduate of this program, and I know that you're still giving back. Tell us about your experience and how it has benefited you.
So I think one big thing is that it kind of got me ready for what the college experience is like way before I started college. And I think that's also a really big part of high school as well, because a lot of high school programs are also supposed to get you college ready. So being college ready in middle school is a huge benefit, but it also kind of allows you to, I always try to begin with the end in mind. And I think that this program was a huge part of that, of taking me in middle school and saying okay, we want you to be able to go into STEM in college, and this is what we're gonna do for that. It allowed me to not, I wasn't I'm suddenly thinking about college as a senior. I went into high school okay, I know I wanna go to college, I know I wanna do this, I know I wanna look at these schools, and that really shaped my high school career and what I did with that, and I think it kind of was really beneficial.
You went to Marygrove High School here in Detroit.
Yeah.
What's your major at the University of Michigan?
I'm an astrophysics and science fiction major, so not directly engineering, but what I want to do with that degree is a little bit more engineering oriented.
What do you want to do?
I want to help build, if you're familiar with the James Webb Space Telescope or the Curiosity and Perseverance missions to Mars, stuff like that, satellites, telescopes, rovers that study space. With NASA, I want to help build those and use the information from them to learn more about the universe.
Good for you. Great major. Sounds very exciting. Mr. Small, Cedric Small, you're her dad, but you're also involved in this program, and you work with the young boys that are involved with the Engineering Society of Detroit and the STEM program.
Right. So I've been able to view the program from multiple angles. So as a parent, I was able to watch Amara's engagement and her involvement in the program, and exposure to different, the field trips, the curriculum, And like she referenced just now, the rigor of the preparation for college. And so when Mr. McGee and Dr. Tompkins asked me about doing a boys program, they started this summer, I was more than, that happens to be my passion, is working with black boys. And so it was just a great marriage of parent turned educator. So I'm a retired school teacher and mentor and coach. So it just fit perfectly.
Good, it sounds great. All right, we need to get to a break, have a little pause for the cause. We'll come right back and we'll pick up on this conversation right after this. And welcome back to Spotlight. Mr. McGee, I was looking at some of the statistics, but I want you to drill down on them to give our audience an overview of where we stand in terms of our society and growing these engineers.
Chuck, that's a good question. One of the things I want to point out is Michigan is known for engineering. If you look at a map of all the states in the United States, under Michigan, you're going to see engineering. We graduate throughout the U.S. about 141 to 150,000 engineers a year with bachelor's degree. 75% of those are white males, 75.8% to be exact, 24.2% are females. When you drill down to African Americans, you have about 3%.
Well, and ahead of African Americans are
Hispanics and American Indians and some of the others.
and Asian Americans.
That's right.
And they're number 2, I think, coming behind.
They're number 2 and number 3.
White males.
So that's one of the reasons that we started this program for underserved representatives, which is African American, Hispanics, and American Indians. We want to get more females, especially in that pipeline, because African American females make up about 1.3% of that total population.
Yeah. Ms. Smith, why do you think we're facing these statistics, and you're in the field? How exciting has it been, and how many opportunities are there for those who decide, I want to be an engineer or some STEM-related field?
I think it's exposure. What it comes down to is really exposing them to those fields. And so what's unique about this program is not just someone comes to your classroom, right, and it's career day. Really, we bring the career day to them by bringing them into our companies, showing them what we're doing. And so we're doing it at an earlier age. And by doing it at an earlier age, and what's utmost important is that they see people who look like them, right? So I'm passionate about this because I want them to know that I represent that little over 1%, right? And that we're only gonna grow that number by being heavily involved in programs such as this one, and also sharing with the young ladies how to matriculate through the program, doing panels, giving them that exposure, and showing them the bigger picture of what we do and why it's exciting. Chuck, I started because my 4th grade science teacher told us to bring in our roller skates. And so that was a big time when roller skating really was in.
Right.
So we thought we were just gonna roller skate. He actually taken the time to build, pulleys and ramps to teach us physics in the 4th grade. Mm-hmm. And so that's what sparked my interest. And so when I am participating in these programs and mentoring these young ladies, sparking their interest through those same type of activities.
Yeah, it trickles down. Amara, what message would you give to young people such as yourself who are thinking about going into this field but maybe haven't been exposed to it, or they hear it and say, it's not exciting enough necessarily?
I think a key thing to keep in mind is that STEM is a really expansive field, and like everything in our lives relates to STEM in some regard. So no matter what you're interested in, there is like a connection to STEM. If you're interested in sports, there's a physics element there. If you're interested in cooking, there's a chemistry element there. So everything that we do kind of has a connection to STEM. So even if you're not interested in the commonly paraded aspects of STEM, like mechanical engineering, which I guess I'm not super into mechanical engineering either. but I'm into STEM.
But it's a
because-
wide open field.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things that are involved that you can get into. And I think just kind of like understanding who you are and staying true to yourself and finding that community, like especially if you're a person of color or a woman, it's going to be really common that you're going to walk into a class or a space and you're the only person that looks like you.
Right.
So being able to understand, well, knowing that in advance, but also being confident in your right to take up space, not shrinking yourself because you are the odd one out, and knowing that there are people like you that you can obviously find. There's all kinds of organizations.
Absolutely. Mr. Small, I'm going to give you the last word on this because you've been intimately involved with your daughter, but also these young males that you're mentoring in the program. What message would you send to parents who have maybe not thought about this as an avenue of a career for young people based upon your experience changing their mind?
Well, if I may, I would like to underscore some statistics as well. 1.7% of educators are black men. And so as such, to Amara's point, young students need to be able to project themselves into the future. And that's difficult to do, that's challenging to do when you don't see people who look like you. Mm-hmm. So also what we were saying earlier about the program, we try to make the program not be school. Right. So we do things
make it
like,
fun.
you know, right. And the reason that we're so underrepresented is because school doesn't work for us, the way it's set up. So to tell a 10-year-old boy to sit down and be still for 50 minutes straight just doesn't work. We need to get out, we need to touch things, we need to experience things, we need to see how things work, because that's true education. Okay. So I would just encourage parents to get their children involved in different types of programs. So you know, this certainly is a good idea.
All right, well, I commend all of you for doing what you're doing. Amara, wish you the absolute best of luck there at the University of Michigan.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing. And for more information, you can always go to the website for DTE or
ESD.org.
Right, the Engineering Society of Detroit. I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.